Hi fellow artists, this is Amanda here for Mandy's Art. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a mixed media coloring book haul for practicing. So it's pretty big, pretty exciting, lots of new stuff. Not everything is here yet because I still have one more order that is in the works, and a few things that I ordered with this order is not here yet. And I'm even joined by my studio buddy. He's hanging out on the bed, so Toby, keeping me company, and he's completely curious about all this stuff because he's thinking, you know, Mom, where are you gonna put it? So sorry, I'm looking both ways. Anyways, so let's get right into the haul. And we'll start with my favorite place to go, which is the Dollar Tree. There were lots of interesting things that I can use in mixed media for the Dollar Tree, so here we go. So the first thing I got from the Dollar Tree is the Crafter Square Cork Adhesive Bags. I use these sheets with my alcohol tiles. I put them on the back of the tiles so that they have, and it's easy. I can do about 3 or 4 tiles on just one sheet, and that way it's stickable, and as you can see the back one's right, stickable, so I don't have to think about another adhesive to go with it. So these are my Quirk Bags, which I love doing alcohol ink, by the way, so which I will be putting up a few demos here once I get more filming equipment about how I make my alcohol ink tiles for part of the channel and the vlog. So the next couple things here is I found this really cute inspirational adult coloring book. Most of the Dollar Trees are now kind of getting on the bandwagon and of having this for like $1. It had some, when I looked at it, it had some, the feathers really intrigued me because for some odd reason they were very bright and colorful. That kind of drew me in, and the fact that it's $1. So, and I love to practice and I love to do, you know, work on shading and illustrations and stuff already drawn. So that's the cover. I mean, it's not a big book, but it's nice. They're very simple illustrations and things like that, and like a church or a house, so birds and stuff, as you can see here. I'm just kind of giving you a quick look. My next coloring book was at not specifically a Dollar Tree, but a Family Dollar, which they do have prices that are a little bit more than $1. So this particular book was Coloring Birds. I love the designs in here, and actually I started one in here to show you. It's not completely done. This is what I would call a whip. So this is a flamingo done with my new alcohol markers that I was just playing around with. It definitely, the paper quality of this particular book is not a very good paper quality. As you can see, I have a piece of cardstock in the back because alcohol markers do bleed, but being that this is a single-sided book, I thought I would just kind of give it a try to actually see how they would perform and get another look on this paper. But it's got interesting designs. It's got some paper cranes. I don't know if you ever read the story about 1,000 cranes. I did when I was in school, and I really loved the fact that the whole community came together to finish this little girl's project of making 1,000 paper cranes. So that's really inspiring. And it's just got some cute geometric designs. Stuff I like to do that's completely, mindless and stuff. So that is this book. So, oh, this is the fun stuff. So The nice thing about a Dollar Tree, you can pick up lots of different sizes of canvas panel. So I tend to, every time I'm in there, just to grab a few to build up my collection of canvas panel, because when I'm working on a project that I'm not sure how I'm going to execute it, just to practice on, it's nice to have just a panel instead of a whole canvas in case that the project doesn't go the way you want to do it. So it's a great tool I use for, so this one particular is an 8x8 size square, which will be really good for the collaging. This is an 8x10. So, and then they even go as big as an 11x14 panel, and it's all pre-gessoed and ready, set to go for your acrylic painting or oil painting, whatever medium you use. You can put watercolor ground on these panels and do a watercolor painting, which are really nice. I've used quite a bit of these for just practice, playing around, just working on different things. They also even have stretch canvas. So this one is kind of a different size. This is an 11x17 inch canvas, and you can turn it either way. I thought this would be cool to do some stuff. So I got 3 of them, which really is fun. So I need to start getting busy and getting some projects done, since I have a portfolio that I need to put together to present some work to a business, which I'm super excited about. Okay, got 2 more things from the dollar store. So I got this really neat storage container to store paint pens and stuff in my drawer so that they're not going around, and it's just a really cool, they have lots of organizational storage ideas at the Dollar Tree. Love picking them up. That way I don't have to spend a whole lot of money on, the acrylic drawers and stuff in the makeup collection. It's easy to use those because half of my supplies are stored in a dresser. Some are in a cart, and now because I'm collecting and getting my studio space so that I have everything that I need so that it's easier for me to create stuff, I'm running out of room in a small apartment trying to figure out where I'm going to put stuff. So I also picked up, I know this is for cake, one of the spatulas to moving medium and stuff around. I've been watching a new YouTube channel called by Sean. I can't say her last name, but she does a lot of art journaling and mixed media. She's very inspiring. So she uses one of these tools in creating some of her work. So I thought I'd pick it up to try around some different techniques. A tool is a tool. It doesn't matter where you get it and what it's for. It is always cool. Okay. Now that the Dollar Tree stuff is out of the way, now the fun stuff comes. Because not only do I go to the Dollar Tree, but I love checking our local thrift shops for mixed media and other stuff. So this is from my local thrift shop. So I picked up a Webster Dictionary, an older one. You can always find these in their books. Somebody's always giving things away, and the cover is in really good condition, so I plan on taking it off the spine, since bookbinding and journal making is something I want to experiment with, and the fact that it's a really cute size, and it would be good to make a homemade sketchbook in there and start art journaling in there. So that was really fun to get. And sometimes I cruise around in the kid book section looking for books for my nephews, because they love when I read to them, and it also helps me. And sometimes you find little things like this that people have tried a coloring book, didn't work their style, and then they donate it out, which is awesome, instead of letting it go to waste and collect dust. Because people like me who live on a limited budget, we love thrift stores. I know I do. I sometimes spend way too much money, but it's all in good recycling, and I love donating stuff that I don't use back. So it's just the life cycle. And this is really cool because these are all like Zen doodles of sea creatures, as you can see here, which looks really fun. I haven't done anything in there. There was maybe 1 or 2 pages out and a person tried to do anything. I'm not big into Zen doodles, but I just thought sea creatures, this would be just something different to try. More of a Zen doodling is more of like a mindless stuff than versus an actual full-on shading. I haven't tried any of my media in here, not knowing how the paper is going to react, but this is definitely CreateSpace paper from Amazon, which is pretty cheap. So it's, you get what you get, but there are some really good mediums that you can use. Definitely budget quality pencils that you can play around and try and see how it reacts to the paper. I mean, really, you gotta experiment and find out what works for you. Whether it's Crayolas, Black Widows, or all the way up to Caran d'Ache Luminance, or Caran d'Ache Pablos or Neo Color 2. I definitely know that Caran d'Ache is out of my price range right now, but that's okay. I'm not really going for 100% light fast museum quality right now. I still feel like I'm in the practice stages of my art, so I'm okay with practicing on CreateSpace paper. So, as you can see, in this textbook that I won in a thing that I was going to donate out because it wasn't really my thing, and I was a little disappointed. I was working, this is another whip of using markers and stuff and trying to get the colors. You can see there's, I don't know if I can get really close up to the camera, you can see there's some issues in the line work. But not only that, even though this is single-sided, if you hear that, this is pretty much what CreateSpace paper is. That's it. There was buckling in the paper, and I actually used Crayola markers that I got one year for Christmas, and definitely bleeds through. Thankfully they're single-sided pages, and these have various, but this is one I did and completed with gel pen, and you can see any pressure that I had put on the paper. I'm trying to get this right, sorry guys. If you look in the back here, maybe I'll show it a little bit better. There's impression, indenting into the paper. So this is a book that I don't really color in that much because of the quality of the paper, but it's also a good book for me to experiment different mediums to see how they react. But I will say this has some really cute mosaics or mandalas and stuff, which is not really my thing. I'm more of a shading kind of person. Fairies, fantasy, people, cutesy stuff. Stuff that's really going to keep me intrigued. Actually, what really keeps me intrigued, and this is another work in progress, not part of I bought this a while back, but is illustrations like this. This is Kirby Rosé, and obviously I'm working on the leaves, and these are all endangered animals and stuff. Trying to keep notes of my color combos so I don't forget when I'm working on something. I know that's pretty standard. I just like go out on the wind and don't leave any notes. So moving right along to the next section of the haul. I definitely spent a lot of money. But, you know, it's an investment for myself. It's an investment into my hobby and my craft. This stuff brings me so much joy, and this video is not to just kind of show off what I have. Honestly, I want people to see that no matter what income level your budget is, you can still invest in yourself. It may take a little longer and you might not be able to do a project right away. You might have to buy it in small batches or catch it on sale or go to a thrift store. I mean, there's so many finds that I get looking at used art supplies. I mean, some of it you're gonna have to be cautious with, but there are some very starters. If you wanted to start an art career or just start art in general, all you need is a pencil and paper and draw. Start somewhere. So that is my little artist tip and advice. So the next part, I went to Dick Blick's in Roseville. And I went with my sister because I went over there to visit. And she didn't really want to take me to the art store because she hates shopping with me in the art store. And it's been kind of a joke because she knows I love to look at everything. And I like to read. And it's just me. I love to browse around and take my sweet old time, look at the different products, test some things out, and kind of like, ooh, what can I put on my wish list and my budget for next time? And so, of course, all while I'm in the store, she's texting me, are you done yet? Are you done? No YouTube video, no nothing. Come on, let's go. So, unfortunately, I kind of needed her to do that, even though it was like really funny that, you know, she was being antsy because I probably would have bought the whole store. She knows how I am. So, going back to mixed media and collaging, I picked up Liquitex Acrylic Ink. So I picked up transparent burnt umber, and I picked up transparent raw sienna. I haven't used a lot of acrylic ink. My experience with it never really turned out great, so I'm going to give it a go with some more higher quality ink. And since I've been watching this new channel, I've been pretty inspired by Sean's work, and very uplifting about how she shares about her inspiration and where it came from, and you know, how to let go of the process and basically trusting the mess and being present in your art. So some of the stuff is actually some supplies she's used in her projects that I thought would be nice to pick up and have in my collection. Other things I picked up is an artist panel. She uses a lot of these wood panels to do her collaging mixed media, actual artwork and stuff on, which it has a hole here. This is one that will sit straight to the wall, but their Blick's also has ones that look like regular canvases, like this, which will be the pre-gessoed, and then it will have the raised edges like that. So that's this will be pretty much the first time working on this kind of substrate. It's going to be quite interesting. This one's a 12 by 12 with a 3/8 profile, and it's standard acrylic gesso. So it's canvas-like tooth on this, but it's not full canvas, and it's primed for that. So this is going to be fun for doing my first collage piece. So, Other's Day. We're only halfway there, guys. I hope you've stuck around because there's some other really cool stuff too. So I finally took the dive and picked up a drawing board to when I do field sketching and stuff, so that I have a hard surface. This is just a 15 inch by I think 13 with a clip. It comes with a rubber band and stuff, and I can take it out. I love to hike and I love to sit in parks and just be out in nature experiencing the moment, and this will give me a hard surface when there's no picnic table around, or I'm out on a trail and I'm sitting on a rock just trying to catch some details. Then I'll be able to do that, and it's easy to carry with the handle, and it doesn't quite fit in my backpack, but it's not hard to carry on the trail. So moving along, we're gonna go and talk about what I got off of Amazon. Sorry, having to move stuff around. I'm still here. I'm surprised. Toby's actually laying nicely on the bed. You can't see him here on the camera screen, but he's being such a good boy for this whole recording, which is really shocking. But he just loves to nap. All right. So first up on the list is Mongio soft pastels. They've been spilt a couple times moving them around, so I'll try to have to be careful here. I just put them all back in here, so they're kind of all like messed up, so I'm trying to show them without tipping them. So these are just chalk pastels. I got that for the mixed media stuff, and hopefully to try some stuff in my coloring books and practicing and learning this medium. So that will be really fun. This is just a starter set. My hope is that I will enjoy using pastels and branch out a little bit, and then I can buy other sets to add to this, which will be fun. I'm running out of room on my table. Where am I going to put all this stuff? Okay. Next, I bought an 8x10 gel press. I've seen a lot of gel pressing videos on YouTube. Art videos seem to be on replay in my house, and I was interested in monoprinting and stuff and building some cool abstract. So I picked up this 8x10 gel press to play around. Then I have a 2-inch rubber brayer for it, a 4-inch foam style brayer that I also got on Amazon for it. So also be on the lookout for tutorials and experimentations and not of things as I try and learn the process. Like I said, it will be probably in the near future when I'm able to get better set up with filming equipment and editing and a better computer, because I kind of have to get stuff piece by piece and what my budget allows, and you know, it's kind of being a new channel. These are the things you have to deal with. You have to work with what you have and be creative and think outside the box. So I also picked up some golden heavy body, raw umber paint to add to my limited palette for when I do start painting full blown. Again, professional grade. Something else that I'm experimenting with is texture paste for stencils. This is a opaque matte paste, and you can use it for building things up. It's kind of like modeling paste. I opened it up to touch it just to see you can apply it with a palette knife and stuff. This particular texture paste comes from Ranger. They sell on Amazon, and they have their own website too. But I've gotten all this stuff on Amazon. So I also grabbed Dina Wakley's double-sided silicone brushes for moving the ink around. That was one thing I didn't know about acrylic ink, that using silicone brushes to kind of move it around and to push it in and I was like totally shocked about that because I've never knew that you could do that, being that I'm so inexperienced with acrylic ink. So this will be fun to play around. So I got those. I also got the General's basic charcoal pencils to outline and give highlight and dimension on closed pieces. I haven't opened them and used them, but in future videos I will be opening and using these and kind of giving you my first impressions. So most of this all came today. So that's why I haven't opened anything. I was trying to sort everything out. So the next thing I picked up was a Nice Little Town coloring book, which are basically storefronts. Really cute illustrations. I mean, I was like totally awesome. And partly the reason why I got this is to pick up because I want to learn how to draw buildings, so and adding those details and how to shade them correctly. So this was going to be helping me with that. And plus I want to also test out some different techniques. I know the paper quality isn't that great in these books. They're Amazon Create Space, but it will help me learn, you know, what works and what doesn't. But I've seen these on a lot of color tube channels like Elm Colors and I believe Emma Colors 2020. If not, it's probably in her collection because she's got over 500 books and she is such a sweetheart. So I thought I'd give this a shot. And hopefully I'll be able to play around with my own drawings then. So the last thing I picked up from Amazon was, I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well. So I will use this because it is breaking up the color. Oh, don't work. No. Don't have anything. Just a second. Can use this. So I picked up a stencil set of alphabets and numbers of different fonts for the collage and for gel printing and to make some different effects. So there was a big set that I had gotten just to play around. Hopefully it will be really fun. I'm not into really using a lot of stencils, but they use a lot with the mono printing and stuff with the gel plate and use stencils. I've also seen other tutorials that you can draw right on top of the gel plate and on top of an image and paint on that. I'm not there yet. I've only watched videos and have been inspired about trying those things. So the only reason why I haven't tried them is because I haven't had enough supplies to try them. So now I'm slowly building up, and that will be other content that you will see on this channel. So lastly, my other favorite place to go is Walmart. So I picked up some stuff at Walmart. And I got my first set of Micron Pens. These are archival ink. They work well with watercolors. I know October is Inktober month, so I'm hoping to do some ink sketches because when I really want to focus in practicing, I tend to draw in ink because you have to really teach yourself how to correct without using your eraser and kind of go with the flow. So, and I have Copic fine liners, but I'm still haven't really learned how to use them, and I only had certain tip sizes, so hopefully using these will add to that collection. So I also got a black and a white paint marker. I know these aren't Posca. Posca's usually the brand of choice of a lot of artists. So I'm hoping to use these in my alcohol ink and doing flowers in my alcohol ink and just basically doing fine details. These are the ultra fine tips, so I'm hoping to play around with these. I also got the latest Teresa Goodridge Autumn Charm book. I saw a color along on Colorly Optimistic's channel and really love the images. I mean, how cute is that? And the fact that there's a little kitty on the couch makes me think of Toby so much. Love the illustrations. So my hope is to like learn and color some more. Not big into Halloween, but it's got some Halloween things in here. I'm more into the autumn season than I am to Halloween and Thanksgiving and stuff. So look forward to seeing some work in here. Next thing is a Canson XL Acrylic Oil paper. This is a 9x12 paper pad. I'm hoping to turn this paper into a book, sketchbook, so that I can use it for journaling and stuff like that, and swatching, just playing around with bookbinding. So I'm just hoping to use this up. So that will be fun. And then I also got a extra mixed media journal. Sketchbook that I want to practice with making collages and testing water mediums and testing the texture paste out and kind of doing some of that before, and the acrylic ink. Fortunately right now my water medium, like watercolor pencils, watercolor paint and stuff like that, I don't have, because the set that I bought was an extremely cheap set and had lots of fillers, so that, which wouldn't have worked for me and learning the styles, so I decided to upgrade that stuff, and there's a couple, they're on my wish list. I hope to get them soon. And then lastly, I bought this Apple Barrel Satin acrylic paint. It had some really muted tones and it's called Farmer. And I thought, what a way to start with the gel printing. So this one's classic caramel, basic black, chocolate sprinkle, gray fox, mermaid paradise, Atlantis, white, cabana stripe, timeless gray, warm buff, which would be perfect for skin tones, summer sky, and my favorite name, toasted marshmallows. The names are actually really cool on this set. It was a bundle, so you got 10 bottles in this bundle, which was really nice because instead of having to dig through trying to find all those, and it's been quite hard to get art supplies at Walmart due to the fact that everybody with COVID has been gravitating to doing more art. It's also been hard to find adult coloring books at Walmart and stuff. A lot of the shelves sometimes don't get stocked right away because of the situation that we're in, but that's besides the point. So anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this haul video. I hope that you don't take it as, you know, that I'm gloating or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm far from it. Gloating is not my nature because of the fact that I grew up with not having a lot of things. I grew up having to use my imagination and my creativity to kind of get me through what I was going through as a kid. And growing up in the 90s with no technology quite yet, you know, you do what you gotta do. You gotta be you. Anyways, just be you. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. One way you can continue to support me is by subscribing, giving me a thumbs up, and if you do subscribe, don't forget to turn on that pesky bell to notify you that I have uploaded a new video. So I just hope that this kind of inspires you to try new things. I'm really excited to be trying new things and really inspired, and go check out those other channels that I mentioned. They are some awesome people and creators, and also send them some love. We all need love right now, and we all need more kindness in the world. So I hope you guys have a wonderful time creating, and just as much as I'm going to have a wonderful time creating. And just remember, be present in the moment, remember that you're loved, and see you on the next video, and take care everybody. Bye now.